Right, so on this Earth Day, just kind of want to share some pictures of the recyclables that I've picked up over the past year. So I don't get to go out and walk every single day. But when I do, I very often try to take a small bag with me and a grabber just so I can pick up recyclable material that I find along the way. A lot of this is just me walking around the neighborhood, especially going near parks and all that. I do this occasionally when I get to go out for a walk at the company that I work for. You saw some of these bags are absolutely overflowing. So, don't always get a ton of recyclable material, but, that's entirely fine. If I'm not finding a lot, that means there's either not a lot to find or I don't know why that one's in there. But as you can tell, quite often, there's a decent amount of plastic and metal. Occasionally ends up being some glass. I don't get cardboard that many times unless it's like a really big piece of cardboard. It might not break down as much. Very often, there are lots of containers that end up being, alcohol containers, which is always sad because I can find some of these near a park near my house, and that park does lots of Little League games. So whenever a Little League game is done, there's normally a ton of plastic and an awful lot of beer cans and beer bottles. So this one here, that's a glass bottle that I found next to a playground with a bunch of shattered glass next to it. So again, find some glass bottles every now and then. A lot of times I'm just focusing primarily on plastic, metal, things that aren't going to break down, and glass whenever I find it, provided it's a continuous piece of glass. I'm not trying to grab, the small shards of glass and throw them into my recycling bin. So as you can tell, there's a lot. So, there are quite a few days when if I can't make a walk around the town that I work in, I'll try to do a walk. Didn't want that to happen. Something just fell in my office. So see, there's always plastic cups, there's always metal, there's always something out there that you can find. So even though you can do this on Earth Day, almost any other day, all it takes is a little bit of time, small amount of preparation. Until I just threw a plastic bag inside one of those bags you get all over the place. This one I actually got at going to a zoo for a recycling function. You can tell my bag is absolutely overflowing. There are quite a few times, and as I'm out for a walk, there's more recycling than I can get to fit inside the bag. And other times there's just, it doesn't get entirely full to the very, very brim. But as you can tell, you can do a little bit of something every day. You might find some stuff, you might not. Some days you find more than you want. Other days, you don't find that much. On the days I don't find that much, it's actually probably a pretty good thing. It means I'm not finding there's not as much recyclable material as there was before. That means I'm probably actually making a bit of a difference.